is coming up for you in the next 72 hours. What's coming in? Two of Cups. Dang. Somebody's divine counterpart is coming in. And I'm going to be honest, when I say divine counterpart, it's important to note that not everybody it's going to be a romantic relationship. For a lot of folks, it's going to be a new path forward in your desired timeline, the life that you have always wanted to live, and potentially you are living it. Okay? What else? Spirit? Ooh, the unknown card. Listen. Somebody has tried really hard to keep this from happening. This actually, I do think, we have a bunch of twos and a bunch of ones on the screen. This I actually do think is somebody, like, a past life lover, like, that you've been waiting a lifetime to be with. You know that this person exists, you know that this person exists, you know that this person exists, but what had to happen is that your timelines had to converge. Your timelines had to converge because you lived in separate universes. And if you're going to understand, you're going to understand it. Those of you who, you're not clocking it. You're not clocking that and standing on business. Those of you who are clocking it, y'all are going to understand what I'm saying. But Seven of Pentacles, you've both gone through, but especially you, have carried a lot of burdens, and you've gone through a really hard time, and you are entering into a time of action, actually, because you've been in a time of rest where you've been healing so much, and there have been a lot of false starts, a lot of false people, false flames that have been karmic lessons. But that time is over. Nothing really culminated in the way that you wanted it to. King of Wands in reverse. This is a really powerful. Take this as it applies, okay? And like I said, in the Aetherium, divine counterpart relates to all aspects of our lives, not just romantic. But this is getting romantic for whoever this is for. So, yeah, King of Wands in reverse. It's been a lot of like disappointment and confusion, and not knowing where to go, feeling stuck, meeting a lot of sad people. It's because you were in a karmic timeline, and you had to resolve. It had to happen as it was meant to. It's not your fault whatsoever. But now, like, because you keep choosing to liberate yourself, because you keep choosing your healing, you are healing. You know, I don't think that I could make it any more clear than that. 3, 2, 3 on the timer. 3 of Wands. This is the person that you're going to build a life with. You're going to build something with them. Yeah, you're going to build a life with them. So for some of you, it could be a business partner that you always have been for. For some of you, it's going to be that sisterhood relationship, brotherhood relationship, and I'm especially picking up sisterhood. You might be a witch who's been looking for a creative, a spiritual community, or you might be a spiritual person who's been looking for that, like your soul family, and it's coming in. Temperance in reverse. It's coming in quickly. You had to learn discernment. You had to learn to trust your intuition, trust your animal instincts. Everything is about to change for the better. Everything is about to change for the better. And spirit, I don't think that this is just spiritual. I don't believe that it's just emotional. I think that this is real. This is real. So, any other messages? How will the collective know that it's this person? Time will tell is what I'm feeling. So they may come into your life, but you may not realize what they mean to you or who they are to you. You even might have like a rocky start to your relationship. You might be low-key in competition with this person, or you might feel like there's like some sort of conflicting, like y'all might rub each other the wrong way to start. Yeah, you might really just be like, ew, no, that's not my person. But y'all rub each other the wrong way to start. But then something will happen where y'all will realize that you're just mirroring one another, and if you be chill, they'll be chill, and if they be chill, you'll be chill, and y'all start relating to one another in a way that is like really gratifying. So what I would encourage, allow yourself to have a new experience with people. Don't just be like, I don't like that person, and just be like running off and be done with it, because this is a new start to life in the material. This is going to be a really fruitful relationship for you. So if this is a person, you better just look for the best possible way for you to engage with these people. Look for the best possible way, the healthiest way, the sane way to engage with these people, because that's your person. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You can trust yourself. You know when to forgive and when to let go, and you know when to stop engaging with the person, because they are not ever going to change. So I do think that, like, you know, you may have been burned in the past, but that doesn't mean, like, don't be vulnerable and don't open yourself up to new love and new experiences and new relationships. Okay? I love you all truly and deeply. I hope that this was helpful. Let me know in the comments. And let me know in the comments. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can just drop my Ko-Fi. Peace. I just recorded a whole fucking TikTok about spiritual warfare going on in your life, and then my fucking phone just like stops recording because it's like 10%. I fucking know it's on 10%, bitch. Like, chill out. Anyway, let me get this reading out because obviously something does not want y'all to know about this. And I have to use the restroom, so we're going to try and make this quick. What can what came through is that you need to be careful because there are 𝗲𝗲𝗃, there are energies, entities, and expressions of existence in the ethers that are not incarnate, that are working through people who are actually conscious, but choosing to ignore consciousness, choosing to be low vibrational. They know better and they're not doing better. So when people say everybody's doing the best that they can, no, they're not. No, they're not, because these people are not doing the best that they can. They are operating from fear. They are not operating from unconditional love. And that being said, people I'm picking up romantic interests or like people that you might have carnal relationships with, as well as platonic relationships. And the reason why is because you have some big, big stuff coming to you. And it's because you're finally glowing in your light. You're finally showing up as the brightest version of yourself. You're finally showing up as the most sovereign, most powerful version of yourself. And boy, oh boy, can they not stand it. They hate to see it. They absolutely hate to see it. And guess what? It's not about how like your nails are done, how your hair is done, how your makeup's done. It's not about what brands you're wearing, what job you have, how much money you're making. No, it's about your light. It's about you, your personality. You're finally allowing yourself to be the person that you always knew that you were, and that you know that you were born to be. That's what it's about. And so the thing about this is they see the changes that you're making. Like everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. And in the spirit realm, like they see it. In the spirit realm, they see your light. They see your power. You are like a fucking beacon, and everybody is attracted. So there are some energies and entities. Yes, some of them might be from your past life, but that's really not even what it's about. It's really about like these are. I mean, some of them are new. Some of them are new. Yes, a lot of them are karmic, but some of them like anybody just attracted to you. Anybody's attracted to you. You may not be the most conventionally attractive person, but it is your spirit. Because even the best looking quote unquote people, if they do not have a good spirit in them, they are not attractive. I'll tell you what. Like honestly, I guess you could say that like Sabrina Carpenter is like a physically attractive person, but honestly, like I find her to be just demonic, and looking at her is scary to me. That's just me personally. But you know, all that being said, it's your light, and like people sense it, they're attracted to you, and they gravitate towards you. Unfortunately, a lot of these people, you know, they don't even know what's happening to them, and they are being used as vessels by these entities so that they can like get close to you and like do stuff with you, you know what I mean? And this is the 𝗪𝗄𝗄 partners, okay? Is that like they are slowly but surely easing their way into your field. This is people who pretend like they're not magical. They deny their magic. They deny their powers. They deny their supernatural nature. And they like to act and pretend like none of this shit is real. They just go silent anytime you talk about this kind of stuff. Like they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to talk about it because that's too triggering for them. Exactly what I said. They act like they don't know, but they do know. And they're making a choice. And because of that, they are getting possessed by these entities. And you might be a crossroads. You might be you might be something showing them like, oh, look at where your choices have brought you. Like all of your choices led to you being the place that you are. I'm gonna make an example. I like, dated someone a little bit. We were seeing each other, not for very long. It lasted all of a month, but we were seeing each other, and they were a portal to the underworld because they're a powerful person. Like like the pit, the shit that I saw in the ethers when I was over at their house, mind you, when I went over to their house, like they invited me over and it was a mess. And it's like, you're making excuses. You feel bad for the fact that your house is a mess, but you're the one who made the choice to go on a date with somebody and not clean your house before and then invite them, knowing that there's a possibility that you might want to invite them over and then invite them over, then your house is a fucking mess. And this is their first time seeing your house. You know what I mean? And also, like, why are you living a life that you're like low-key like ashamed of? It's because you made decisions because you were fearful, prideful, and selfish. You didn't want to hear reason. You didn't want to have humanity. You made those choices because you're sick. And now look, like a person that you want to be with, let's just say the person of your dreams comes into your life and it's a fucking hot mess. And you're feeling ashamed about it and they're not fucking with it. You know what I mean? Those are the choices that you made. And so you might be to some people like a crossroads where it's like a reckoning, a mirror. You are reflecting back to them. You're never one-to-one mirror, but like you are reflecting back to them the consequences of the choices that they have made because of your beauty, because of your light. And trust and believe, as that crossroads, the people who have harmed you, the people who've come up against you, they are getting what's coming to them. You might not see it because you're just supposed to move on to your next mission, but trust and believe, they're getting absolutely everything that's coming to them. Okay, we're gonna make a part 2, just because I think that there's definitely more that I needed to say. If you like this, definitely go watch part 2, but also book a session with me on Ko-Fi. Part two about the spiritual warfare that you're experiencing right now, and I've already said that principalities, the powers and principalities are clawing at you. They are chomping at the bit to get to you because they see your light. They know that you're about to rise out of the frequency that they can engage with. They weren't able to be with you before when you were higher frequency, but because of the trauma that you experienced that brought you down to a lower frequency, they were able to access you. However, the healing work that you've been doing is taking you higher and higher, and it's just a matter of time for you, like your wattage is off the charts, bro. Like you are burning at thousands and thousands and thousands of Kelvin. So if you know anything about light, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But you are burning bright, babe, and you're letting go of so much density, you're letting go of so much toxicity, you're letting go of so much resentment, and you're getting free from this karmic relationship, karmic contract, karmic ties. The contracts are already over, but like, you ties to these people, engage with these people, you are finally in a place where you are letting all of that shit go, and you're choosing to move forward. And damn, I'm not proud of you, but they want to keep you close by any means necessary, so they are attacking you any way that they can. I even heard that like some of these entities, like if you were involved with some kind of low vibrational person, they will come through that person to be intimate with you. Okay, people who have not actually been good friends to you, Ace of Swords, but stop. Can I even sing tonight? Let me see. I'm channeling the song 𝗵𝗱𝗁𝗁 by Panic at the Disco from the 𝗂𝗲𝗃𝗁𝗁 original soundtrack, but I can't sing right now. I'm not gonna worry about it too much, but there and let me perfect it. I want to be praised from a new perspective. You come along because I love your face, not my expensive taste. And who cares about intervention? I want to be praised from a new perspective. Leaving now would be a good idea, so catch me up on getting out of here. More to the point, I need to show is how much I can come and go. Other plans fell through, put a heavy load on you, I know. Is there more that need be said when I'm inching through your bed? Take a look around instead and watch me go. Yeah, people are saying that you were shifting. People who tried to play in your face, people who like wanted to make you feel rejected, they wanted to activate your insecurity because you activated their insecurity. They are activated in their insecurity by you. Recognize, oh, you're not fucking with them anymore. 0330 on the top. New friends, new relationships, people who actually understand you, like they're coming in. That is a trauma bond, actually. Y'all trauma bonded over your insecurity, shared insecurities. And do not let those people back into your life. Definitely stuff about monitoring spirits. So be very careful about what you're posting on social media. You don't have to stop posting, but what I would recommend is to, do some incantations, put some sigils up, like put some protections over, over your Instagram, over your TikTok, because you don't need these hoes like sabotaging your shit. You feel me? I don't want that for y'all. So we're not gonna have that. Okay. You can do so much better, and they don't ever want you to know that. They realize it. They don't want you to realize it. That's why they have to like be mean to you. That's that 𝗔𝗲𝗁𝗁 shit. They know what they're doing. That's the thing. They know what they're doing when they do it, and they know that it's wrong, but they cannot stop themselves. It's a compulsion, and that's why you need to get away from them. That's pathological. It's not personal. It's pathological. You need to get away from them. They can't help themselves. You saw what just happened here? Like boom, 0505 on the timer. They cannot help themselves. Right? You being drained by these people. They may not seem like energy vampires because they're not like huge narcissists, and you also have empathy, and you can tell that like maybe they're like you spiritually, but that's not your soul family, because just because they're not a complete narcissist and they're not completely satanic does not mean that they are innocuous. Okay, even just like regularly causing a little bit of harm overall, like if someone keeps like hitting you lightly, but like they're still doing it, that has an effect over time. Okay, death by 1,000 cuts. And you are bled out. You are done. These people do not want you to come into your sovereignty. They're the kind of people who they're like, they want you to be doing well, but not better than them. And so they're putting evil eye on you. You need to cut cords. 9 of Cups in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, King of Swords. Take back your power. 4 of Pentacles, cut cords. 10 of Cups, they do not want you to be happy, at least not before them. They're the type of people who they're like, I don't want, they're genuinely, they're like, I don't want this person to get into a relationship before me. I don't want this person to get married before me. They're so jealous of you. And deep, deep, deep in their heart, they hate you. Anyone who treats you like that, deep down in their heart, they hate you. They are not capable of it. So I hope that this was helpful. I guess I've already told you what to do. But if you want more insight, you can definitely book self-sovereignty coaching with me on how to handle these things, or you can book a reading. But yeah, I'll see you on the flip side. Have a good rest of your day, afternoon, night. I don't fucking know. Book a reading with me through Ko-Fi. Happy hunting. Peace, family. Vie Darling, the cosmic planet. Your intergalactic interpreter. And I just want to talk about something. I don't have like some big wisdom to share, just something from my experience, which is that like I really feel like it doesn't get talked about enough. How regardless of if you want to identify as spiritual or magical or whatever, if you are magically gifted, spiritually gifted, what have you, psychically gifted, there's no escaping that. That's just what you are. That's just who you are. And trying to run away from it is only ever going to end up causing you tremendous harm to the point of maybe even death. So when one gets started on a spiritual journey, there's no stopping. There's no cutting off. Like, there's really not a lot that we can even do to try and control how it goes, ups and downs, how quickly it moves. All we can really do is control how we respond to it. Even then, like, sometimes it just gets to be too much, this journey, because the world is not built to hold people like us. It's built to actively crush, destroy, marginalize, penalize, persecute people like us. Especially if you're somebody who lives in your truth, exemplifies your truth, and really works, you know, to maximize and optimize your experience. I genuinely feel like people don't talk enough about the fact that, like, when you are a spiritually, magically, psychically gifted person, which makes you a highly sensitive person, like, working a regular job is not possible. Living a quote-unquote regular life, a normal life, like, none of that shit is possible. Everything that people take for granted, that they're just like, oh, that's normal. Everyone knows how to do that. That should be so easy. Those are the things that are actually the hardest, and that is what makes it so much more difficult. The fact of the matter is, right now, I'm incredibly uncomfortable in my experience, and there's really nothing that I can do or say, and it's completely alienating because I can't even really talk about it with anybody, because even the spiritual people in my life don't understand what the fuck I'm going through. And it really sucks. So I'm going through like a really weird transformative process where there's a lot of shedding and it's a lot of purging. And I've gone through this before and it sucks, but like this experience of like seeing it happen, I've never experienced before, because this is a hyper development of my clairvoyant gifts, and it's just really one of the worst experiences of my life. So every Easter and every Halloween, like, I develop new gifts, or like my gifts heighten and intensify, and usually that's really exciting for me, but this time it's just like, it's just feeding into a really harrowing experience. Because if you follow my Instagram, the Aetherium, or watch my videos on YouTube, I talk about it. But like, this time that we're in is a purging time, where we're purging timelines, where we're purging carbon DNA, where we're purging lower density stuff, demonic entities, like all that stuff is being purged now. But the thing for me is that, like, I'm seeing it happening. So I'm seeing these entities, and they're fucking as gross as you would think that they are. And it's as traumatizing as you would think that it is. I've actually been going through this for over a month. I've been going through this since eclipse season, and I haven't been able to talk about it. I haven't been able to share about it, but for some reason I feel called and guided to share about it now. And people ask me like, oh, how are you doing? And I'm just like, don't ask me how I'm doing, because like, if I explain to you how I'm doing and why, you're not going to understand. I think that people probably think that much of it has to do with the fact that like my material life has also been really fucked up lately. Like my interpersonal life has also been really fucked up lately. But all of that I can deal with. It's actually this shit that has been fucking me up, like, royally. And what's worse is having to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, this is literally the stuff of nightmares. This is literally the stuff of nightmares. And then to have to like work a mundane job on top of that, and just deal with mundane shit, and deal with capitalism, and deal with the collapse of the world as we know it. It's exhausting, and it's painful, and it's scary. So really, I'm just asking for prayers right now, I guess, because I fucking need them right now.